I mean, in a way, I don't even want to talk about it, but I figure if I'm going to talk about it, it's going to be right off the bat. I was talking about this stuff last night, but on a different level. And back in the day, like when I really started getting put into my nose, funny, very funny. Being put into the know means you basically kind of go to sleep and you wake up the next day and you have like full knowledge of something like it's your career. And you don't know how. It doesn't feel weird. It's just that you know it, like you know your daytime job for 10 years. And for me, that happened. And I happened to have a vast knowledge in not just military operations, but specifically in psychological warfare, in counterintelligence, in guerrilla warfare, but mainly for the mind, and how to trick people. And that was one of the reasons I act like such a fucking nut, because that was a very easy way to basically put yourself in disguise, and basically no one wants to fuck with you. Why? Because they can't figure you out. And they hate it. And you'll get people say, dude, what the fuck's your problem, bro? Just like, are you this way or that way? Like, what the fuck? Right. People get angry if they can't figure you out. And that's why I had to act the way I acted. Sometimes I just had to do stupid shit to just make a statement. And the more I acted normal, or like my normal self, the more they can get into your head. And as you've seen, that's been happening lately. And I've been much more revealing with stuff. But today was just, I mean, there were people witnessed this stuff going on. And the element of it being like 3 days ago, the same exact thing was going on with almost the same people around me. And like Groundhog Day, the movie, is a big fraud. Why? Because if you were Bill Murray, you'd lose your fucking mind, dude. To be caught back in a moment like that, you don't understand. Your mind has no way, rational way of putting that into something normal. No, I can't say it's an acid flashback. People are like, oh, it's like an acid flashback. No, it's not. Because you have when you're on drugs, you know that you're on drugs and you're seeing things that don't make sense. So you sit down and you trip out on it. Here, it's almost as if the surroundings are interacting with you. You become a part of it. You're not observing anymore. You know what I mean? Like, it's got you now. You know, and then people are walking by me and like rearing into me. I was like, dude, I went by the cop station. I wanted to go to the police station. And I thought to myself, like, what would I say to them? Like, clearly people can, I'm looking to see in their faces, are they seeing what I'm seeing? They are seeing it. And I'm asking specific questions. You know, you have to have your little mind tricks to find out if you're getting tricked or not. And, you know, again, like I said the other day, I go, when people are admitting to you openly and saying to you, this hasn't happened to them in 2 or 3 years until today, and everyone you meet is telling you stuff like that, then you realize that you're probably on to something for today. But I thought what happened the other day was over with. Today's was just a trip. And apparently, I mean, I don't know, maybe it was my guys giving me some kind of lesson thing, but I was so out of it, I couldn't film. I've never not just grabbed my camera and turned it on to record everything. I mean, I thought that would affect the moment. And if that affected the moment, I just had to freeze. And I mean, I was just almost at that point of just like, where you totally give up. And I was like, I'm just going to have to surrender to whatever's around me and hope that they will call an ambulance or something's going to take care of me. I could not get a grip. And that was the whole purpose. And you felt that whatever was getting you and coming at you, its goal was not, it wasn't that I was losing it. I said that a lot. I wasn't losing it because I couldn't handle it. No, whatever was coming after me was taking it from me and doing a damn good job. That's when I knew it was for real. But the guy came by and he had Jacob's Ladder. He didn't even say it to me directly. And I was like, whoa. And that's how my angelic guides work. I was like, oh my God, it's just like Jacob's Ladder. And all of a sudden, the fear that had built up for 2 hours went away in about a millisecond. Yeah, paranoia came back a little bit after that. But right when I figured out what was going on, I mean, you just don't know what the hell is going on, dude. And like I said, you think, oh, well, you're used to that kind of shit. No, what happens is I get so aware that shit is for real, that it's not just in the movies, that when I become a part of something like that, I get really scared because I realize I can't just dismiss this as some drug thing, dude. This is stuff that happens. And I start getting freaked out going, God, how many people has this happened to that we've like put in jail now? Am I talking too much? Are they coming to get me now? I mean, times a million, that's what happens to you. And again, man, since back in the day, people say, Don's the one who can handle that shit. You know? I froze. I mean, I had to, the only way I could handle it. Walking through it or strolling through it like it was no big deal, impossible, because it was actually assaulting and trying to take away any kind of comfort you had. It wasn't about staying cool. No. It was blasting you with heat.